Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is this is going to be my Cleveland Browns versus Washington Commanders game reaction. As you know, the Cleveland Browns got their absolute asses double hand, backhand smacked on national television. It's starting to look like the Cleveland Browns have just given up on the season. Nobody wants to do anything. It just seems like the life and the old Cleveland Browns that we knew from 2018, 2020, especially 2023, these Cleveland Browns teams that we love these past couple years, what happened to them? They get beat 34-13. It should have been 34-6 because the Commanders put their backups in the fourth quarter. When the hell do you ever hear backups being put in an NFL game? Like I said, it was just an absolute ass kicking, and I kind of want to go through, just give my reaction, give my opinion on kind of how everything went, give my emotions from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Like I said, my emotions, they're from a scale of 1 being I'm having a great day and 10 being this is the worst day ever. Right now, I'm feeling like about a 7, maybe an 8. So like I said, I'm going to kind of walk you through how I felt as this game kind of went on, talk about some of the important things, some of the turnovers from Deshaun Watson. We got to talk about the deep touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is a superstar. I'm willing to admit it. Even though we lost Jaden Daniels, I'm saying it right now. He is a superstar in the making. He is going to take over the league. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling, and I'm going to get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, like I said, Cleveland Browns 13, Washington Commanders 34. You might be wondering, why am I not pissed? Why am I not seething after the games like that we've lost earlier in the season? Like the Cowboys lost, the Giants lost. When we lost those games, and even the Raiders lost, I was seething, like I was pissed. Right now, I'm a little bit more mellow because I'm willing to admit the season's over. When you look at this team, 5 games in, what can we take away from this team? I'll wait. Is it good special teams? Is it good coaching? Is it a good quarterback? Is it a good run game? Pass game, defense, anything. Is there anything good to take away from this team? Because I look up and down this team and I'm puzzled what the fuck went wrong. Like, let's just get into the game. We start off this game, it was hot, it was on fire. I was watching the defenses from both teams, Washington's defense and Cleveland's defense. They were shutting each other out, 3 and outs. We were seeing punts going on. It was a punt battle. And I was thinking, could this game be like maybe we keep it close, maybe it's like a 17-10 game, maybe it's like a 24-23 type game. Oh no, Washington just, like I said, absolutely bent us over, bare hand, just a handprint all over the ass cheeks to us. It felt like no matter what Washington wanted to do, they did it. They were running the ball, they were throwing the ball. Like I said, Jaden Daniels deep pass to Terry McLaurin down the field. Luckily, JOK was able to get an interception. At that moment, I was thinking, okay, this team has life, they're fighting. Can we do something? But then, like I said, it's like they just get the ball back, they go back and score. And when it comes to the offense, I guess the only thing really I could say good about this team, Dustin Hopkins, you're making your kicks. Big whoop-de-doo. But last time I checked, you had a chance to possibly send us to overtime last week with the extra point that you missed in the Raiders game. So I can't really give you credit at all. Focusing on this game, when it comes to the way the team played, let's start with the defense, because that is a big question mark right now. Because let me tell you something, after I'm done with the defense, I'm going to unload on the offense. When we look at the defense, what is wrong? You look at the way they're scoring, the Commanders in question, they are running the hell out of the ball. Our team, for some reason, cannot stop the run. I don't know what the problem is. Last year, we stopped the run at a pretty good rate. This year, we can't stop the fucking run if it meant our life was on the line. And when it comes to stopping the pass, like this team, I don't know what happened. Last year, we were all about pressure. The front four could get pressure, blitzing, man coverage. This year, it doesn't matter. I made a video recently talking about the Browns. What's the problem with them? And I said, it's because we play too much zone coverage, not enough man. I feel like it doesn't matter if we play man or zone, because today, I think it was the third quarter or fourth quarter, one of them, De'Ami Brown from the Washington Commanders, the receiver, just like on a go route, a straight go route, just beat Martin Emerson Jr. down the field, man coverage, and Martin Emerson Jr., like I said, got burnt, and it was a touchdown. Like, it doesn't matter if we run zone or man. We're getting cooked. I should have looked down here. It was the second quarter, but you can see right there, 41-yard pass. Like, Jaden Daniels and this offense, our defense couldn't do anything to stop them. And you know how teams are combating against our defense? Our defense, like I said, is about pressure. I feel like we are getting pressure, but they're making quick throws. And with those quick throws, they have outlets. They have good run. They're getting lanes open to where it's like they're not going to let us just get the pressure moving. Sure, we might get there in about 2.5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, reach average NFL standard time for your pass rushers to get to the quarterback. But when you watch our pass rushers, it feels like every single time they are like right there. They're right there. They have the hand. They're about to swat the ball out of the quarterback's hand, and they're just missing. Because why? Commanders and any other team we play, they're getting the ball out. They're getting the quarterback on a move. They're running them. They're trying to keep them away from the pressure. And it confuses me because, like I said, last year, we were so good. And don't bring up this argument, and I know I've probably used the excuse before of injuries. All right, front line, they're injured. Alex Wright just went down for the season. I think a torn triceps. He's got surgery, so he's going to be out for the season. We had guys like Shelby Harris. Like I said, Myles Garrett's been dealing with a foot injury so far this year. We can try and use the injury or excuse all we want. Last year we had injuries as well, but the front four and even just the front seven in general could get pressure. They generated pressure no matter who was out there. I did see one tweet from somebody on Twitter or X saying the thing with Jim Schwartz is his defense is phenomenal. His thing is he comes into a team and he can transform a defense from the worst defense God has ever created to the best defense God ever created, which we saw last year. He did that. The problem is he doesn't know how to change, kind of tweak the defense a little bit year after year or even game after game. He runs the same philosophy 24/7. And as we've seen with the Commanders, Raiders, like I said, the Cowboys, and even the Giants, they have figured out how to beat our defense, and it's hurting us. Like I said with the defense, it is a problem. When you have a back quarterback, Marcus Mariota, their back quarterback, got into the game in the fourth quarter, that shouldn't happen. You should not get to a point where the other team is showing mercy to you and putting their backups in the game. And like I said with the way the defense looked, it didn't matter if we were trying to stop the run or trying to stop the pass. They did both to us. Because sometimes teams go into a game plan, they're saying, okay, we are going to stop the run. This is our game plan. We're stopping the run, make them beat us throwing through the air. Well, it didn't matter what our game plan was. Were we trying to stop the run? Because clearly, it didn't work. Were we trying to stop the pass? It didn't work. Jayden Daniels did whatever the fuck he wanted, even though he had that one interception. It was a who cares kind of interception because even though it got picked off, it was a 3-yard line. We did absolutely nothing with it. Punted the ball back to them. They got the ball right back into field goal range, drove down, got a touchdown out of it. And like I said, whenever it comes to running the ball, Jayden Daniels, like I said, he is, I want to say, he is like a combination of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen put together. That might be hot take of the century, but this dude is good. I made a video in the past talking about him when he was drafted to the Washington Commanders, and I said it in that video. He is special. He's going to be great for the NFL. But like I said with the run game, Austin Eckler got involved. Jeremy Nichols got involved. Brian Robinson got involved. 2 touchdowns. Like this team, the Commanders, their offense was on fire and we did nothing to stop them. We didn't make any in-game checks. We didn't do any adjustments. Like I don't know what the halftime meeting was like because clearly nobody said anything if this is the performance they put on. But like I said, defense, god awful. If I had to give a grade, D-. Like, God, you're horrible. Now let's take a moment, more than a moment, a couple of moments, a couple of minutes, and talk about the God-forsaken offense. This offense, I'm trying to figure out who to blame. Is it Deshaun Watson? Is it the offensive line not blocking? Because as we see, 7 sacks, but sometimes there's been this argument going around Twitter and Instagram and all sorts of social media and Browns reporters saying who is to blame for the offense. Is it, like I said, Deshaun Watson? Is it the offensive line? Is it Kevin Stefanski? Is it Ken Dorsey? Is it what is the problem? Because sometimes it feels like Deshaun Watson might have a throw there, but his offensive line is not blocking, which we saw a lot of that. Other times we've seen Deshaun Watson where it's like the throw is there, offensive line's blocking, but he doesn't make the throw. And then there are other times, like I said, with Kevin Stefanski in the play call and the coaches, Ken Dorsey, where we see Deshaun Watson, he drops back, he's looking for a throw, but nobody's open. And that then becomes a question of, okay, offensive line's blocking, Deshaun Watson's making his reads, nobody to throw the ball to. Is that then go on the receivers for not getting open or the play calling for not, I guess, coming up with a design for getting these receivers to run routes to get somebody open? I have been on the side of saying that we need to run the fucking ball because you look at this stat, you look at the box score. The box score warriors are going to be like, well, you ran for 100 yards. Who fucking cares? Most of these yards were in the second half or even the fourth quarter in general when we had backups in. Like I said, Jerome Ford, I think he had a 20-something yard. No, that's 20 yards. The 16-yard carries, I believe, was in the fourth quarter. And Dante Foreman had I think like a 10 or 15-yard run in the fourth quarter. So they were getting a lot of chunk yards when the backups were in for Washington. When you look at Cleveland's receiving core, like Amari Cooper was targeted 10 times, caught the ball 4 times. Akins caught the ball 3 times on his 3 targets. David Njoku only targeted once. Jerry Jeudy only targeted once. It's like, I want to understand what I want to be like a fly on the wall in that Brea training facility. I want to see what it's like in the meetings. I want to just see, is Deshaun Watson speaking up? Is Kevin Stefanski speaking up? Is there somebody like a heartbeat in that team? Not on the defense, but in the offense, because the offense is the one that's just, they suck. Like, is there somebody doing anything to fire up the squad? Because in the past, we've seen this team. We've had guys on the team, especially last year when we had Joe Flacco. It's like everybody was bought in for Joe Flacco. With Deshaun Watson, it's like everybody just, I don't know what the problem is. Like, everybody's just kind of turned out for the season. They don't give a fuck anymore. They're just done. Like, when you watch them play, I think it was the third quarter, we had it 1st and goal coming out of halftime. We drove down the field. I believe it was after the halftime. Yeah, it was right here whenever we went down and got the field goal right there after halftime. We came out in the third quarter, drove down the field, a nice little drive. We got into the field, got the 1st and goal, I believe, at like the 3-yard line. Then I believe there was like a false start or something. Yeah, right here. You can see the drive here. False start on Zinter. Then we call a timeout because we didn't know what the fuck we're doing, I guess. Then on 1st and goal, Deshaun Watson gets sacked. We're back at the 8-yard line. Then an incomplete pass. Then it goes to 3rd and 8. Then another incomplete pass. Goes to 4th and 8. Then on that play, you're thinking, can you do something? Like, at this point, you're down, I believe, 6-24, or 3-24. You're coming out of halftime. You got to do something. Just leave it all out there on the line. Just say fuck it at this point. Kevin Stefanski or Ken Dorsey, whoever's making the play calls at this point, because I don't fucking know who is, because in the past, Kevin Stefanski was a pretty good play caller. This guy, whoever's calling the play calls, like, is this the fucking hobo down the street making these play calls? Because I don't know who's calling the plays now. Whoever was making the play call was making the call, and Deshaun Watson's just walking off the field. Like, he was walking off the field. There was like 25 seconds to go in the play clock. He's literally already up near Kevin Stefanski. And Kevin's like, what are we doing? What are you doing? And then he's getting down on like his knees or like his hands on his knees. And he's like, what are you doing? Deshaun kind of gives him like a pat on the back. I know you all saw it. He gave him a pat on the back. He walked over the sideline, took his helmet off, put it on the little pedestal, sat down. And it's like, he was just checked out. Like, he was like, I don't care. I'm done. Like, I seriously want to know, what is the problem? Like, is it Deshaun Watson is doing the right things, but the play calls maybe are not what he wants? Is it the offense maybe is not doing what Kevin Stefanski wants to do? Maybe Kevin Stefanski wants to run a different type of offense, but Deshaun Watson wanted this offense. Kevin maybe doesn't know how to call plays in this offense, and Deshaun's like probably thinking, what the fuck are we doing? Plus, also on top of that, you have the offensive line that stinks. Like back in 2019 when we had Freddie Kitchens, and everybody knows that offense was putrid. At least without offense, a couple of times we were able to score more than 20 points. This year, we haven't scored more than 20 points yet. Then in Kevin Stefanski's regime came in 2020. We looked good. We got to the playoffs, took Baker Mayfield. 2021, we came back. We went, I believe, 8-9 or 8-8, 9-8, something like that. In that year, that was the year I believe Baker Mayfield got hurt. Then in 2022, obviously, as we know, Baker Mayfield left. The whole thing's kind of history now. 2023, we came back. We were looking good with Deshaun Watson. Everything was kind of rolling. Then Joe Flacco had to take over, and we loved Joe Flacco. I guess it just kind of hurts to look at this offense, look at the way we played against Commanders, and just think, we let Baker Mayfield walk out. And we see how Baker Mayfield's looking right now. He's looking like an MVP type caliber of talent. And Joe Flacco is currently the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. And unless you've seen the score already, they lost their game, yes, but they lost it 34-37. Joe Flacco on the Indianapolis Colts put up 34 points. If he was still with this Browns offense, with the offense that we had last year, we would be probably 4-1 right now instead of 1-4. And last thing I kind of want to say, and I think this was important, the commentator Greg Olsen on the telecast kind of talked about this, and I thought it was very important because I was thinking about this before the game. You win this game, you had a tale of two tapes. You had the Browns, horrible offense, and then you had the Commanders, horrible defense. Something had to give in this game. We were about to find out, is the Browns offense just really bad, or is the Commanders defense really bad? Because the Commanders, like I said, over the past couple weeks, they've been giving up scores. To the Cardinals, they were giving up scores. To the Bengals, like as we saw, they just nonstop scores all throughout that game. Ultimately, we ended up finding out in this game, the Commanders have a questionable defense, probably, but their defense definitely stood up against us. Because no matter what we did, they held Deshaun Watson to 125 yards, which isn't saying much. That's actually surprising. I thought he was going to probably get less than 100. Commanders, they did their job. They are a great team. I don't know what else to say. And Cleveland Browns absolutely suck. The season's over. The season's fucking over. Like, Browns fans, if you thought this season, oh, we're 1-4, but we can do this. We can fight back this year. No, it's not. Turn in your gear. It's done. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? Do you think the Browns were putrid? Maybe not putrid. If you disagree with anything I said, do you think the Commanders are really good? Like I said, maybe it was the Browns offense needs to get rid of Deshaun Watson, needs to get rid of Kevin Stefanski. What needs to change if you're a Browns fan? What do you think is the problem? Is it the Browns offense, like whenever it comes to Deshaun Watson, Stefanski? Is it the defense that needs to change? Everybody should go. Whatever opinion may be, go ahead and leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Everyone will welcome to kind of talk about you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.